Good evening and hello everybody. It seems quite a long while since I was on here last, but hey, we'll rectify that and I'm back. I've survived the traffic ordeal and the long day getting home, but I'm here, and one of the first things I'm going to be doing tomorrow is correcting that clock that's about 10 minutes slow. So it's been like it for a while, but it's a big ordeal when we have to change the clocks backwards and forwards twice a year, and so tomorrow we will be changing it. It's got to be done. Let me down too many times. Anyway, hopefully, I know I'm a bit late, but some people will come and join me on here. And I'm going to be doing Christmas this evening. Okay, so it's Wednesday night, and it's the nearest date, the nearest live to the 25th, since obviously I've just got back. So today was all going to be about Christmas. So let's get you down on the table, and I will use some new products from the upcoming catalogue next week. Okay, let me just shift you across, pop that across there, and I can see what we're doing there. So hopefully I'm in the right place, and somebody will come and join me with the comments. Hi, welcome back. Lovely, thanks Zena. Brownie points for being the first one in. That's lovely. Thank you. So this is the new catalogue. It's not live until the 6th. Oh, bless. It's not live until the 6th of September. Okay, which is next week, and I have still got catalogues here to go out, so they will be going out hopefully tomorrow or Friday, probably more likely. We survived the ordeal. Yes, Vegas was fabulous. It was very hot. The rude awakening call from David at 5 a.m. on Monday was a bit unexpected when you're sharing a room with two other people and you're whispering, but hey, it was for the right reason, and we weren't too badly affected by the air traffic situation. Because of being long haul, as I put in the notes at the top, we were good. So Christmas, I cannot open this catalogue, otherwise I'll get my knuckles wrapped, but this is going live on the 6th. If you ever wonder what date the catalogues start, they have actually started putting on the bottom here now the actual catalogue sales period. So it's the 6th of September to the 3rd of January next year. Okay, so all of that time. So I'm going to pop that out of the way, so I'm not tempted to open it, but I have got some products out for you tonight. So these are just some of the products. I think I've run through some of them with you before. Hi Linda, lovely to see you. I've got 6-inch pieces here just because that's easier to handle. I've got a couple of stamp sets out. This is the a double sweet collection. So it's Joy of Christmas sweet collection. So you've got stamps and dies and another stamps and dies, totally different but work together. Okay, and then we have the papers. So you have the 12-inch pieces are here. I've just cut down to 6x6s. So there's 6 nice designs in there, which I've got the 6-inch ones. And on the back, you've got the darker muted colours. But there's 2 music ones in there, which you know I like music. So that's those. Just to recap quickly, they can go back in my box. And these are the foils. So I'm just going to get those out for you as well. These are 2 sheets of 4 designs. So this is, and they're one-sided because they're foiled. Okay, usually Stampin' Up only do the one side for the foils. So it's the music notes, and it is, I'm not going to sing it online, but it is Deck the Halls. Any music readers out there, look for the treble clefs, and then you can sing down. It's not technically written correctly, because the quavers, when you get 2 quavers, they would be tied together. But I managed to work it out what it was, and yeah, it's definitely Deck the Halls. Okay, so that's that one. Beautiful shaded spruce with the foiling on it, the checks. Love those as well. These are beautiful. Got gold foiling and the berries. So gold foiling for the leaves. Hi Lizzie. Yeah, we did have a fabulous time. So these are the ferns in gold and then the berries in red. So it's 2 of each, as I said. And then this one's a bit bright, so mind your eyes. You've got a wood grain in gold foiling. Okay, so they're those ones. I kind of have an idea for tonight. I'm going to pop that. Well, I won't put them away because I might be using them. So I'm going to put those over there. Because I was thinking of 25th. I am going to be showing you some of my swaps from the last week I've been away. So I did take part in 2 Christmas, 2 birthdays, 2 thank yous, a mail, and a fancy fold. All in all, that was yeah, two of those, there was 7 10s, and then there was 24 of the fancy folds. So they are all still in my suitcase that is stood up behind me, not been opened yet. No washing is out. I've not organised. So I did have an afternoon nap to try and get myself back into routine. So tonight we are going to, I'm going to show you one card just because I flicked through the Christmas ones. Okay, so this is a card that my friend Joy Nelson, she is in our Global Inspiration Stamp team, and it's a card that she made for one of her swaps in that same group. So this is using the foil papers, and it's using one of the branches in the dies. So I've kind of got that. I've got the colour card from these, but I was thinking of doing something a little bit different. So that is, I just want to share because it's the same suite and you might be interested. So I'm doing a tutorial, and I quite like this one, and this one can be coloured in, and whatever colouring medium you want. I've got watercolour pencils out here, but they're not as vibrant as I'd like them to be. So I might do this one on Sunday. Okay, so this is one of these. This is the same. These are larger, much larger than these. That's the other one on the Stamparatus, brand new and ready to go. So it's quite a size. If you think by the size of my middle finger, it's kind of that length. And then we have the other one in here is this wreath. Well, it's a fern, but again, it's like, I can see this done as a wreath. And I think you probably get away with 3 on a card joining up together. So I'm going to do some playing on Saturday and see if I can get a couple of samples made up with that one. So that's going to go on the back burner for now, and we're going to go back to doing something similar to Joy's, okay, on this one. Okay, so I'm going to stand that up. Now I've shown you, I didn't even have a chance to give her notice that I was casing her card, but we do case, as long as we give credit, we do case each other's things. So I have, I've got my cardstocks down here. I'm going to use, let's choose the papers first. Because I said about the music, I kind of feel bound that I need to use the music. Now, either this one or one of these other ones. There's 2 in here that have got music. This one is very, very faint on there. This one's a bit stronger, and it's more like the same size as this one. And it's the Deck the Halls again. I can just look at that and see it's Deck the Halls. However, they are not vibrant enough for me. These need to have some vibrant colours on them to lift them and brighten them up. So I'm going to leave the music for now, and I'm going to go to the foils, but I'm going to use the foiled music. Okay, so we take that one away. And I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go with the whites because there is white in those pattern papers. So we've got the whites down here, and I've got a thick white base card spare in the back here, so we'll start with that one. We'll need some more pieces because we're going to do some die cutting from the scraps and some other cutting on here. So as this is a standard size base card, which is 10.5 by 14.3, I like music notes. If they're going to go across, I kind of like them to be that way on. So it's going to use more of the music. Okay, so I'm going to start by cutting this in half again. I hadn't cut the foils. I'd left those whole. You're not late, Gillian. I was late. I was late getting on here. We have got an issue with that clock. It's been 10 minutes late for quite a while, and it caught me out today because obviously I've forgotten about it for the last couple of weeks. So yeah, it's currently saying it's 9:10. Well, it's not. It's probably, yeah, it's more than that. Yeah. Anyway, it's late. So I'm going to cut this at 10 centimetres, which is, this for us is 30.5. So I can get 3 pieces of the music notes out if I cut it this way. So when you're deciding which direction to cut it first, just take that into consideration because like I said, I've got a whole sheet going here and I can cut those that way. If you want them the other way, obviously cut them accordingly. So I'm just going to take the end off here to make this 14.3. There. Okay, and then this piece could always decorate an envelope. I know it's only an incy-wincy piece, but it can still do an envelope. Okay, so I'm going to put that one on there to sit on my card, like so. And then I haven't got any of the gold foils at the moment, so I'm going to use some of the colours that I want to put with it. So I have all the colours from the pack here. for the papers. So I have quite an assortment as to what I'd like to put with it. It's a busy paper. So what would go with that? Just looking through here. Maybe the backs of... We need a little splash of green or something with some red in it, I think. So I think... That's quite dull still. So I need to decide the papers to go across there before I do the... Let's go backwards and do the banner. So what colour... These are all the colours that go with those papers. If you're interested in purchasing them, all the colours are listed on the back, as you know. So, oh, Angela, hello. Hello. Yeah, I've got Sophia on there, Sandra, Julia. Yeah. Okay. Hi, everybody. The jet lag isn't too bad, Angela. I got home, we went to bed at... David picked me up from the train station. So after the late flight, that was about half an hour late, a long wait at luggage the other end. It's a 10-hour flight. We jumped forward 8 hours, so that's 18 just for the flight and jumping. And then I had to get across London and get a tube and then get 2 trains home because I was given duff information at the station, which didn't help. So I basically got to bed about 11. I was up awake at 6, 7 o'clock. And then I had a nap this afternoon to kind of get me awake enough for tonight and then get back in routine for tonight. And I'm hoping tomorrow I'm going to be fine. So it was a long time. I've been kind of out of it today. Old Olive. Someone's shouting out for me. Old Olive is great because Mossy Meadow isn't in here. I would go for Old Olive. It's the next nearest with my Christmas colours. You see, in here we have shaded spruce a lot. But the old, just off camera, the Old Olive does come through. So we're either going to be one of those 2 greens. I don't really want to go browns, so we'll lose them on the floor between my legs. The table legs are really handy for keeping the card upright. You see, we could even, just thinking out loud now, if we went to that one, because there's a lot of that in there, if this was our base card, this was our banner, we could have a strip of music through the middle. Couldn't we? And maybe, would that one look nice? Okay, now you've got a decision. If we did it this way round, I've got a spare one of that. I haven't got a spare one of that, but we can just get the gist of it with that. So which would we like? If that was on there or there, that one with a red piece, that doesn't look as striking to me, I don't think. It would only be a narrow strip. Or on that one with a narrow strip. It would have a border beside it. What do you think? Any other ideas? I'm kind of erring. I know you've said Old Olive, but I think I'm kind of erring to the other one. Which one's going to stand out most? That one or that one? I think it's going to be this one, isn't it? I'm going to go with that. Sorry, my dear. Having asked what everybody's looking for, I think that's going to be a better match. I will be making lots of samples with this set up because I've got the whole collection, literally the whole set. So 14.85 across there. Score it in half. Oh yeah, there we go. That's confirmed me. Sorry, Sandra. Outbid this time. I think it's because of the combination I was doing with the flower, the other colours. It kind of changes things, doesn't it? But I will use all of the colours in there with this set at some point, and you will get to see them also. Okay, so I'm just going to run that over. This is where the fun and games begins. I made up some of my swaps on Sunday night. I did put a message out to you to say, just because I was in my pyjamas at the hotel Sunday night, I was actually crafting. I was doing the last of my swaps. So I had some pieces, 2 packs already ready to build. So after my dinner, I had some craft time to myself. So I'm going to do the same with this and put this piece as the base of my card, the back of my card. This one won't get wasted. It will be used for something else. Okay. See how much my decisions change with the actual colours and how it all pans out. So this has got to be 14.8, 14.3. If I say today I'm feeling that like my contact lenses are in the wrong eyes, that might help you understand that my eyes aren't quite with it. So yeah, whereas I'm normally jumping for the glasses, I'm kind of thinking like this at the moment. But I have the opticians on. Which day am I there? Oh, Wednesday next week, the 5th. I'm at the opticians for my checkup, my annual checkup. Okay. See if we can get the glues running, because I have 2 Tombos were in that bag as well. Travelled all the way to Vegas on holiday. Convention was really good. There's some really good, but it's mostly about the meeting up with people. That's not going to work, is it? That should be the one that's good. Let's try one of these. Piece of kitchen roll. Oh, excuse me. You can tell I haven't actually been crafting today. I've been just vegging. Now, surprisingly, this has been had in the glass jar with the lid off all the time I've been away, and it was started okay, didn't it? There we go, a little bit in the middle. So that's going to go on first. I'm loving these papers. I had to pick one suite that I bought the whole thing just because I like to get one complete set. So we've got a lot of nice things in here. Loving the dies, and I've got some things, some ideas in my head as to what I want to do with some of the other bits. So you will get to see those. So now we're going to have a red strip through the middle. So we'll keep that one as a whole base card, but I'm going to pop a piece of red through the middle there, but it's going to need to be matted either side. I don't know what width I'm going to do yet. Oh, I've got my wrong trimmer out here. Look, that's an old tatty one because I was using the other one elsewhere. So let's take that a 1 inch on there. I think that should be about nice. That works good with 2 rows of music as well. So that's going to be our middle banner. Coming through there like so. We have to do it the right way up. And the treble clef is that end of this, so I've got to keep that on there because it kind of wraps around a little bit. So it's going to come through there, but I need to mat it to make it stand out. So we're going to take, I doubt if I've got any white strips that long, I might have. So I'm on board with my white strips again. So we're going to do those, and we can use a piece that is just slightly wider, which that will do nicely. So it's just going to bring that out like that, and then I will put it onto a cherry. Just out of interest, I like you to see my thought processes, don't I? I'm just going to say, this is pecan pie, which is also in the set. So I'm just wondering, it's too thick, but would that look good with a little bit of that one coming through? Probably not. No, we'll stick to cherry. Have to try these things, don't we? So my thought process now, back to cherry, which is just out of reach. My planning before I came online was just getting all my cardstocks, all my colours and my scraps out. So if we can find some long scraps, just like those. Okay, we've got a couple of strips, we can put one each end. So nothing goes to waste. Leave that open in case we need that in a sec. They can stack up nicely and go over there. So this is a good test for you because you can see that this can be matted on there like so. I'll attach that down. Now we're back to the white on white. Sorry guys. That is going to play up. I took 2 brand new Tombos with me and didn't use even half of one, so I was I've ended up with more open. That's the good one, and you can gauge my tweezers are in there as well. So hey, I will get unpacked tomorrow. I have people in. I will be doing a COVID test though, because some people have come back with COVID, sadly. So I will do that first thing when I get up and make sure that I'm safe for everybody. So I'm going to make this the same size. You can see that at work, can't you? Same size as my layer. So it needs to be 14.3. So I'm going to come back to this and take off that end bit. Cut this one off, leaving the treble clef on there. do like that to be there. And then 14.3 with squinty eyes. There we go. And go and take off that little piece in the bin. Now I need another holiday. Oh yes, next holiday I don't think it's till June next year for my my 60th. So I'm going to just mat that either side. So it's basically got a little thicker border. There's a little whiff on there. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to get my nail block out. These are old nail blocks that have exhausted their uses for my actual nails, and just rub that along the edge there. They're really handy. A bit like a very fine sandpaper. If you ever get little wispy bits, it's probably cut at some point with, these are from my scraps, so it's probably from something that's been cut with an unsharp blade, and then I've not used it. Now I like my borders to be slightly bigger, so I'm going to go to there and I'm going to snip that off. Okay, I'll straighten that up at the end, and then the other one the same. Okay, to there, roughly there. Okay, so the easiest way to do these is going to be easier for you to see now on the white card. I put my Tombow along here, just leaving the edge clear. Okay, so now I'm going to come on there and pull it downwards and then lay that down. So that's got an even border all the way across. Okay, you can see that. Bring you in slightly more, couldn't I? Oh, wrong one. That one. Bring you slightly in. It's not working, come on. No, it's not going to go. Technology tonight, there we go, come in. Yeah, so I've just got the little border along there, but you can see it all the way across. I cut it roughly. We know there's going to be a bit to undo. So I'm now going to do the same to this one. So I'm running my Tombow along the end. Okay, and then that's just going to come downwards to there, making sure I've got the same gap as this end. Okay. If I bring it up to that end, actually, I can just cut off one end. Okay, so it's buttered up there. It's about the same gap all the way down, and there we are. So we have a good piece here, and I'm just going to trim that end piece. In fact, that's probably good enough to do with my scissors, because on the back no one's going to see that, and I've used up scraps, which is really good. Hi Jeanette. There you go, snip those two pieces off, and hopefully we're going to fit on here like so. There we go, so that's going to be on there. I might be raising that as yet on pads, so let's just see how that goes. So next is going to be the dies that are in that set. Now one of these sets has got the dies in it. Into this corner. I think it's this one. So this one has got some of the, it's got an inner piece here, and it's got the greetings, but the greetings will fit in this inner one. Okay, and what Joy used was the frame actually cuts the whole thing out. Now if I had some gold, I would probably use gold. I'm not sure which is going to look best on here. This is going to be a lovely one, but I'm not playing with that one tonight. It's very similar to something we had in a rectangle shape. Where should we go with this one? I'm going to take those two off. I stuck to this with very strong adhesive. Be careful taking those off. And one of the people said, what was my highlights? So my highlights from being away was one of them, or the first 2 days were nearly as exciting as the whole thing together, what we were going for. So I signed up to do a trip. Several people were asking to go to Kanab, which is the manufacturing plant from where Stampin Up make everything, and I'll do a live later and go through a lot of the things that we saw and did and whatever. It's very, very interesting as to how much of the process is still manual. We were not allowed to take any photos or videos inside the actual plant itself. It didn't seem like a factory. It's still very much felt like a family business, as is Stampin' Up! It's all about. But we did get to actually do some of the processes ourselves, and they quite like welcomed us to do processes. So we took it in turns in each group, that were going round. It was really exciting. So what I'm going to use for this piece, I could actually take the middle out of that. That's actually, it's got some bad wording on there. So I'm going to take that out of the middle and see what the red looks like. But I might be coming back to shaded spruce to tone in with that a bit. And let's come up with this one to clear the mat. I still haven't mended my, I didn't get to mend my little machine before I went away. The handle came off when, I think I mentioned on the last one. And I've not looked at it yet to get the little plug out without damaging it and replacing the handle. Hi Louise! Yeah, it's going to be a long haul for the next holiday to June, but it's yeah, it's a biggie birthday, should I say. So I'm just going to place that in the middle there. It can go straight or crooked as long as you've got that little border around the edge. For it can be used for another mat card. So when we arrived, we had 2 days. We arrived late on about 7:30, I think, on Monday night, and then because we went backwards, and then on the Sunday night, Monday and Tuesday, we had both days doing long trips. So long days, very long days. So that's when you saw me in the pool on Thursday. It was a welcome. So it was Wednesday and Thursday, the trips. And Thursday morning we were in the pool before the event started. Okay. So that's that one. I'll take these pieces out of the die later. I'll just leave that to one side. I don't want to hold you up. So there's the piece that we cut to go, just slightly out. This is the piece we've cut to go across, and then the greeting is this banner, and we've cut that one, and that's going to sit on the top there. So the colours go really nicely. Let's just test that against the card before I move the machine and see what we think. So we've got the red coming underneath there. Got a little bit of music there, and Joy put hers up slightly like so. We could have that just overlapping, but all coming through the red. It's kind of hiding the music if I do too much with that one. I think I'll do what Joy did and stagger it slightly like so. I haven't got any of the gold embossed, the gold paper at the moment, so I might do the leaves, just leaves on their own. I might do some in the green. I've also already got a use for something that is thinking outside the box. So I will see how that works out and then show you that one maybe next week or on Sunday. You know, when I see things and I see something totally different, well, I've already got that going. Okay. There. So cut 2 of these and just see if this is going to work instead of the foil. The gold. We did. I have been talking a little bit about it, Louise, so you can listen to that again. But yeah, we did have a fab time. It was great. It was very hot. The strip, David and I did the strip when on my 40th, so nearly 20 years ago, and it's not like I remembered it. It's just so crowded. I remembered it as a big long strip with a really wide road, and it just seemed to have lots more buildings. They'd got construction going on, and it was just so overcrowded. But we did go on the Friday night, which was not good. So it was kind of like packed. Emma hadn't been with before, one of our roomies, so she wanted to see the strip. So we went to Hard Rock Cafe for dinner, and then we went down the strip. Yes, I'm on live, David. Just coming and sticking his head in the door. There we go. I feel lost without my tweezers. So that will go there, and I'm going to have just a couple of little green pieces coming through the back there. I think that would kind of work. And one coming down the bottom there, like so, just to give it a little bit more open work, like so. We've got to put the strips together properly first to know where they're all going to sit. Okay, just bring you over a little bit like that. Okay, so I need to stamp on here my sentiment first, and I'm going to do that in cherry. So I just got to grab the greeting. Now I think I'm going to use Season's Greetings. This one here just seems to fit. It's the right length for the die, so I'm going to use this the one today. So I'm basically sort of doing most of Joy's, but with different colours, different papers, just to show you some variety. And this will sit nicely on there, like so. I'm thinking now I maybe should have die cut it afterwards, but hey, you know me, as I'm thinking as I go. Hi David, yeah, he's gone now, he's just telling me he's gone to bed. If I hadn't have had a nap this afternoon, I don't think I'd have been quite so chirpy, but I'm hoping tomorrow is going to see, yeah, not so zonked out of everything. Okay, I'm going to allow that to dry just slightly before so I don't smudge it, but that's going to sit on there like so. I want this one to be raised, I think. I was wondering about the red here being raised. If I raise the music, I think it's going to stand out a little bit more, but I'm conscious of the height that I want it. So I'm going to actually move that one out of the way. I want it to smudge, so I want that one to be about, just place it again, so I want the foliage to be on the card. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 boxes up, so I'm on my grid paper here, and then go 1 through 2, 3 boxes up, and that's where that needs to sit. Okay, so that's good. So let's grab some dimensionals. Good. No tweezers. Let me use the Picket tool. Right. So some people use the Picky tool to pick these off. Now I've tried to pick one up and immediately removed the backing. So they flick them. So I'm going to put them on here like other people do. But it doesn't seem to work for me. It's what you get used to, isn't it? Just taking the backs off. I don't really want. Oh. See, it's awkward. I might be better just doing with my fingers. One in the middle. Now this bit might come off better. Pick them off like so. You get used to your tools, don't you? You have to use your fingers. Not as good. Okay, so I'm going to count this one on 3 blocks up from the bottom here, so make sure it's nice and straight. The music is up the right way, and 1, 2, 3 blocks up. It's there, and the other side, 1, 2, 3 blocks up. So you've got that both sides, so you can make sure you've got it nice and straight. Okay, move that out of the way. So then this one will need some dimension because we've raised this up. It makes that extra definition by having the gap in there. If it's flat and flat, it just doesn't pick it up so well. So make sure the pieces are poked out. Just bear with me one moment. I think. I haven't even opened the mail. That's how this morning's been. So I have got some more tweezers here that have come in the post. I bought them to take with me, but they must have arrived the day I left. So I will, yeah, that's slightly different, but they're good. They are my tweezers. I'm happy, so I can place these properly now. So I'm just going to stick this one with tape along there, just so it catches. I remember that the writing on there was because it was in my scraps, repurposing. I'll pop that along there like so. So that's the bottom line, so that's going to sit here. So that can be attached. And then up here, I'm going to need dimensionals. If I put them side by side, it's going to need to have dimensionals on the top edge here. Okay, just to keep it level with this one coming out. Okay. I'll put 3 on there because it's supporting these little pieces as well. Now, if I wanted to, I could actually grab some, all off, remove the tape. If I wanted to, I could grab some little tiny ones, but I don't think they're going to be small enough to go on the berries. I've got black ones there. Black ones might be better because it's darker. Just see if they'll fit. They might just fit actually on the biggest berry. So I'm going to put them on there and remove that. And one on this biggest berry. So it just supports the extreme. If you wanted to put some little bits on here and you take a little bit more time, then you could put them on there as well. Just cut them up into quarters or whatever you need. Okay, so I'm going to bring that on and I'm going to get that into the middle. So it's just going to touch on there, middle left to right, and pop that over there like so. So that one's going to be caught and that one's going to be caught. There we go. That's enough for that. And then this, because that's only one dimensional, I'm actually going to put the second level on with that one. So again, one thing I have found since I've been back, my mouth is really, really dry. I had lots of water today, but I didn't bring one in with me. There we go. Take those, get those out of the way. There's my sentiment. Okay, so it's just going to go into the centre. Hold my breath. Centre each end and top to bottom. There we go. Now these pieces, I think I can just tuck these underneath just to give it some more detail. Okay, just to add a little bit more extra out the back there. So I'm just going to do some Tombow. I'm just going to put some little dots on here. Just dot it very, very tiny. It's not going to be catchable, so you just want down that middle stem, just enough to hang on to anything. Oh, whoops, and then slide it underneath. Okay, if you have tweezers on there, something like that, you could slide it under like me. If not, you could attach it to the back. I find it harder to see things when it's attached to the other one, so I like to do mine this way, and I'll pop that through there. I know I was drinking loads of water while I was away. It was extremely hot. I mean, Friday night on the strip was just ridiculous. The pool was beautiful. It was absolutely the best. Okay. So did you all see that the treat that we had for the party at the end? We do have to pay to go to these events. It's not a free event, but we have got ways we can actually earn extra by being at certain levels, etc. So, but this particular one, was just leadership, and they took us to Cirque du Soleil, and there was different references to the Beatles through the event, and we ended up with the tickets to they told the concierge that 800 people were going out on buses that night, all at once, so that was quite fun. But they coped so slick, it was lovely. I haven't got, oh yes, I know what I've got. I do know what I've got. I would normally have coloured my clear gems on there, but these are the gems that come with it, and now these are loose holly gems and sequins. Okay, so now there are all sorts in here. If I just bring them up to the camera, you might be able to see better in there. You've got music notes, you've got gold music notes, you've got red gems, and they can be stuck down. You can just put little glue underneath them. You've got some sequins in there, you've got all sorts of little bits in there. The green holly, so you've got lots of bits. So then it's a case of decorate as you wish. So I know there's some red dots in there, so I'll take a couple of those out. My tweezers are sticky already, so they're different sizes, but it doesn't matter. And we'll see, as we've got a shaded spruce card, we could just see, no, I think that's too much. Just use the red berries. And I'm not going to do them on all of the berries. I'm going to get the Take Your Pick tool. The putty is going to be better for this task. So I'll take that one out. Okay. And then we're going to put some glue on here. So I'm going to put some glue and make them sparkly on the biggest ones. We know that there's a big one there and a big one there. Okay, so they're going to have the berries on. I'm going to just let that go tacky just for a second while I work out what else I'm going to do. The big ones. And I just feel I need something else around the actual sentiment. So what I could do is actually put some Wink of Stella on there as well. So these do have to allow that Tombow to dry because it's not a porous surface. So I've laid that on there, but I do need to let that dry before I move it. Okay, and they will just stick, but they just need a little bit of time to do that. I could do more, but it'll be fiddly. I don't want it to hold you up at all. Maybe, shall we do some music notes? I'll look at the comments again in a minute. Pick up some of the music notes. There's lots of them, and we could put a music note on there like so, just with the greeting, with the sentiment. So if I just tap that on here, I don't want it to squidge at the end because, like I say, it's not a porous surface, so it is just going to sit there. So it needs to go downwards and really adhere well. Okay, they will stay slippery for a little while. Okay. Hotel looked amazing, absolutely, yeah. Next year's is going to be online, so it is the last one there for a while. So I'll just stick one on there. On the edge. Put it on the edge. There we go. I'll rub that little bit of glue out later. They don't want to hang on there very well because it needs just to set. You've heard me talk probably several times about certain surfaces like the foil. Shiny surfaces aren't porous. So like vellum is not porous. If you put glue on the back, it will just run. It will just be pushed everywhere. So we just need to leave those a little bit longer. If you've got time, let them go a little bit tacky before you play with them. Put the glue down and then let them go tacky. Okay, there are more gems in there. There's loads in there, so you can play with those. And I might even choose to split them up into little pots so I know which is which. Okay, just to save time online. But I've got a couple of red gems there. The Wink of Stella is here. So I can shake that. Just squeeze a little puddle out there just to get it running. There you go. And just colour. Oh, splattered that, didn't I? I shook it and I took the lid off before it actually was ready. Just be careful when you take your lids off that it isn't all in there and you're going to cover everything when you remove the lid. Okay, so just cover some of those. So I've got some sparkle. Love Wink of Stella. It's the right time of year to have Wink of Stella. And if you can't see it on there, you can go over and do another coat. Like I'm just going over those. When it works its way down the barrel, it gets stronger. Okay, there we go, guys. And there's tonight's card. Okay, so I've done it with different colours to what Joy did. She did the greens and she used the berries. Just bring them back down there. Is Shaz on it? Shaz is on here. Your friend's just coming. Just talking through the doorway. Bless them. There we go. Can you see them? I'm just going to zoom you out slightly. So you've got Joy's case one there. And then my one there. They're slightly different sizes because obviously Joy's an American, so they're in American sizes and the UK sizes. Okay, so I hope you've loved those tonight. Okay, I've enjoyed playing with them. They're the first christening of that bundle. and I've got a few of the other products as well, and I bless you. So I'll be bringing those to you later on. Okay, September starts on Friday. Just reminding if anyone's got their vouchers that's still from the voucher of the bonus days last month and still got vouchers to spend, just bring you back to me. Look, can't take that off. Come over. Yeah, if you've still got vouchers, bonus day vouchers to spend, then please get them used up. And then the catalogue start from the 6th of September. So the annual catalogue stays throughout. There's lots of things in there, and there are things we can do for Christmas from there as well. Okay, so I think that's all that's coming up at the moment. Oh, and the kits collection. Kits collection is running to the 31st, so till Thursday night you've got the 10, 20 and 30% off the kits, all of the kits. So do go online and have a look at those, and if there's anything you want, see myself or your demonstrator, because several of you on here are demonstrators. Okay, so I will leave it with that at the moment. That is all of the, I knew there was something else, the 3 offers. So that's the things to remember. Okay, thanks ever so much for your comments. Thanks for welcoming back, and we'll be back to normal again. Excuse me, with the correct time on the clock. We'll be back again on Sunday. Okay, and I have something in mind to do on Sunday, but we will see whether we're going to Christmas, because we're in September already. We don't want to have 3 months of Christmas. We will interchange. So if you've got any requests, as always, let me know, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye for now.